Hello, boys and girls and all ships at sea. Mr. Carlson here. And what I want to do is set up the great American classic Typee. So the purpose of this video, boys and girls, is to supply background information about the American classic. As you can tell by the cover, it's quite an exotic story. Cannibals have six-packs. I think that's one of the main lessons of the novel. But anyway, Typee, published in February 26, 1846. Melville was out at this exotic island. He abandons his ship. Essentially, he is a runaway off his ship, and he hides on this island with his buddy. The only problem, the island they chose to hide on was full of cannibals. Okay. I would have waited maybe till Hawaii. Could have been a better idea, but he does it in the Marquesas. So for his life, Melville's often remembered. That's the guy that lived with cannibals for a while. Tell us your story. Well, he did, and he wrote it in a novel, and it was his first novel. Heck of a bestseller. This novel sold better than any of his other ones, even including the great holy Moby Dick. All right, anyway, so there we go. Cannibalism. Who doesn't want to read about cannibalism? All right, it's hinted around. It's not particularly graphic, like, oh, he took his arm and chewed on it. It's kind of undercurrent of the whole idea because they hope they were the non-cannibal tribe. So it's not very graphic. It's written in 1846. They're not going to gory details. But once again, they did have an idea of cannibalism, of course, back in the time. Some cultures believe you eat the body of the warrior, you get their strength. All right, this is not totally uncommon in sort of ancient civilizations. It also has romance. All right, Fayaway, the Polynesian beauty, and that's our man Tomo. He's basically a narrator, really Herman Melville. But yeah, Tomo, and he falls hard for good old Fayaway. So who doesn't love native girl? Who doesn't love a good romance? Who doesn't love a good tiki? Huh? Put that in your backyard. You will have dogs barking at your backyard for the rest of your life. But anyway, they do have even tikis in there. Are they not the coolest thing? Shout out tiki torches. They have the sacred hula ground. The tie is what they call it, where no women are allowed, and the men counsel, and they smoke all the time, and they sit around and talk about the mysteries of the universe and how great it is to be a guy when no women are around. Very sexist. Polynesian people 200 years ago. All right. As I mentioned before, it's written by the master himself, Herman Melville. His most famous work, Moby Dick, the Great White Whale, and Captain Ahab. A heck of a read. By reading Typee first, if you go to college and you have to read Moby Dick, this is totally going to help you on that occasion. So he's a New Yorker too. Never trust a New Yorker, man. But his first bestseller was, of course, Typee, and that's what we're going to look at. It was one of the AP reading list books for many, many moons. And kids generally enjoyed it, and that was one of their favorite. Where does it take place? The Marquesas. Any Jimmy Buffett fans? Southern Cross, the song Marquesas. You can Google it. There's probably about 6 different ways to pronounce this word. But I want you to understand tropical paradise. All through the book, Melville's like, this place is beautiful. This place is beautiful. He keeps saying that throughout the video. The other thing I want to emphasize is these canyons. And he keeps him and his buddy Toby keep hiding in these canyons. He has very graphic detail. And once again, they're really hoping they're with the tribe that doesn't eat people. There's the good tribe and there's the mean tribe. And that's the whole, like, holy cow, which ones are we with? Marquesas, just in case you're not sure. Of course, that would be opposite Carlson. That'd be California. And out there in the South Pacific, in the middle of nowhere, are the Marquesas. As I said before, we've got romance. Tomo, he's there. It took place in 1842. The book was written, or published at least 4 years later. And Fayaway, the beautiful native lady. We have sort of the chieftain, Mehevi. You're going to love Mehevi. Very manly man, kind of in the natural world. He is the natural leader, although officially they don't call him the chief. He kind of is. He's the unofficial leader. He, Melville/Tomo, has his sidekick Toby. And look how they fight a lot. They play off of one another, different personalities, taking on different situations. This is one of the later chapters where they run into 2 native kids. We have, for example, his buddy Corey. This is his manservant that Tomo has throughout the book. Of course, his real name isn't Tomo, but in their native culture, they always seem to add an O or U at the end of stories in order to, like how we Anglicize, make foreign words more English. They're kind of Polynesian sizing words or names from people. So I do hope you enjoy the novel. He starts off a little bit rough. This is his first novel. You can see some errors in clarity, but as he progresses through the novel, you get to wake and say, this guy can play. All right, you get to realize, wow, this is Melville, and he's got a ton of talent. So I will point out the situations where there is some confusion in the story. If you stumble a little bit at the beginning, well, I'm here to coach you through it, baby. I'll be dropping more videos to try to help you get through Typee. And the kids generally enjoy it. If you got a good imagination, it's exotic, it's a travel, it's confusion, it's got the beauty of nature, it has human nature, and also look at, for your high level thinkers, of course, all you guys, look for the conflict, because he loves the native people, and he also sometimes wishes, like, man, I wish they could do this a little differently or something like that. So it makes him question his own values. So you see the inner battle, a European looking at his culture compared to a Polynesian culture, and they're just at very different, they have very different cultures and mores. And that's the best part of the book. The best part of the book isn't necessarily the great moral message, although there is a lot of introspective stuff in there. But you also see how the French are taking over the island, and he hates the French. Of course, he's got some English blood in him, so he probably doesn't like the French back then. But the French are trying to take over this island and make it European. So our narrator, he no buy that. Yeah, he doesn't like that. So he's a little bitter about the French trying to impose their culture. So you got a lot of different levels here. And it does tell us a lot about human nature and how we may be different cultures, but we're all humans, so therefore our cultures often have these certain similar bonds, just in different ways. All right, hope you enjoy Typee. I'll keep you updated. Bye-bye.